What's happening, guys, and welcome back to our channel. You might be surprised to hear this, but it is true. Antonio and Dakota share a very special bond. Here's how Antonio Banderas changed stepdaughter Dakota Johnson's life. Number 5. Speech. You won't believe it, but according to people.com, Johnson raved about how he showed her about genuine passion and commitment. Now that she's a member of the business, the actress recognizes Banderas as one of the classiest talents in film, theater, and media in various languages. His achievements, she added, had left a big mark on her. Banderas, who was in attendance with his and Griffith's daughter Stella, dedicated the honor to both of his children. I want to devote this to two individuals I adore, one of which is right here, Dakota, for something quite simple. You always called me Poppy, and you will always refer to me as Poppy, which I cherish, he said. You have no clue how much that means to me. We enjoyed a wonderful 20 years as a household, but the best is yet to come. No matter how many films or theatrical productions, you've been my finest production, the loving father told his daughters. Number 4. Changes. Antonio Banderas is a lucky father, and his family loves him dearly, even though they haven't seen each other in a long time. Dakota Johnson considers herself fortunate to have had the brilliant actor in her life throughout her early years. People were moved to tears when they saw their wonderful relationship at the Hollywood Film Awards in Los Angeles, where Johnson paid homage to him. The Zorro actor's connection with Johnson, his stepdaughter, has outlasted the termination of his marriage to Johnson's mother, Melanie Griffith, and the 50 Shades of Grey actress still refers to him as Poppy. Banderas and Griffith divorced in 2015 after 20 years of their marriage. While honoring him with the Hollywood Actor Award, the 30-year-old actress delivered touching respect to the 59-year-old Pain and Glory star. When parents divorce, there are endless options for how connections and parental influences play out, the Ben and Kate actress began her remarks. You could have varying forms of a horrible experience if your parents divorce. Based on how much treatment you've had, you could spend your adolescence and then some of your adult life fighting against the cruel joke that appears to be playing out in real time. She was speaking about a kid's concerns when their parents remarry. Her stepfather, on the other hand, was one of the highlights of her childhood. Johnson added, I come from a family of numerous marriages and I got extremely lucky. I also received a bonus from my father, who I've come to understand as one of the most significant individuals in my life. My mother wedded an actor when I was 6 years old, and he introduced into our family an extraordinarily bright light, a whole new universe of imagination and culture, and one magical little sister, Stella, according to E! Online. As she went on, the starlet couldn't help but become sentimental and weep up. My daddy, Antonio Banderas, walked into our world and changed everything, she told the crowd. He was very bright, entertaining, and humorous, and his English was artistic, and we found it simply fantastic. He loved my mother, my siblings, and me so strongly and loudly that it would transform our whole life together. Number 3. Dakota Johnson. Dakota Mai Johnson is an actress and model from the United States. She made her cinematic debut at the age of 10 with a tiny role in the dark comedy picture Crazy in Alabama in the year 1999 with her mother. She began applying for jobs in Los Angeles after graduating from high school and was cast in a tiny role in the legal drama film The Social Network in 2010. Johnson had her debut in 2012 with a supporting part in the action comedy picture 21 Jump, and she went on to star in the indie comedy Goats and the romantic comedy The 5-Year Engagement the following year. She continued by adding several movies to her collection after that. She also received a slew of nominations and awards. Dakota Mai Johnson, the daughter of actors Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith, came to this world on October 4th, 1989 at Brackenridge Hospital in Austin, Texas. When she was delivered, her father was in the middle of filming The Hot Spot in Houston. She's also related by blood to the actress Tracy Griffith and executive producer Clay A. Griffith. Her mother's parents are advertising copywriters. Johnson spent most of her youth on film sets with her family. However, she did spend lengthy periods in Aspen and Woody Creek, Colorado, where she used to work at the local marketplace during the vacations as a youngster. Hunter S. Thompson, a long-standing friend of her father's, was a neighbor in Woody Creek, and he would frequently visit their place in the early morning hours, proclaiming his arrival by using a firearm. She spent quite a lot of time at the Aspen Community School too. Johnson said, "I was so continuously completely detached and disoriented, I didn't have an anchoring anywhere." She was identified with restlessness at a young age and moved schools 7 times. She spent her first year of high school at the Santa Catalina School before moving to New Roads College in California. Johnson was fascinated in modeling at the age of 12 after participating in a Teen Vogue fashion shoot with other superstars as children, and went on to make money modeling while still in college in Santa Monica. She has been in treatment for anxiety since she was approximately 14 years old. Johnson had an early interest in acting after spending time on set with her parents as a youngster, but her family dissuaded her from continuing it until she finished high school. She was rejected by Juilliard in New York City after high school. Her audition included a version of a Radiohead song. Number 2. Career. Antonio expressed a great desire to pursue a career in acting. In Malaga, he attended the ARA Theatre School, directed by Angeles Rubio, and the College of Dramatic Art. His efforts at the stage and on the sidewalks finally led him to a position with the Spanish National Theatre. Banderas grabbed the eye of Spanish filmmaker Pedro Almodovar while acting on the stage, and he hired the actor in his 1982 feature debut, Labyrinth of Passion. He went on to star in the director's Law of Desire 5 years later. After appearing in Almodovar's 1986 film Matador, Banderas was cast in his 1988 feature Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, which was critically praised. Madonna brought Banderas to Hollywood in 1991. He began appearing in American films the next year despite his little command of the English language. Despite having to memorize all his lines phonologically, Banderas delivered a critically acclaimed performance as a destitute artist in The Mambo Kings, his first American drama picture in the year 1992. In 1995, he acted in many big Hollywood films such as Desperado, directed by Robert Rodriguez, and Assassins, in which he shared the screen with Sylvester Stallone as the villain. In 1996, he appeared with Madonna on Evita, an adaptation of Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice's play, in which he portrayed Che, the narrator, who had previously been portrayed by David Essex in the 1978 West End version. Number 1. Antonio Banderas. Antonio Banderas is a Spanish performer, musician, director, and producer. He has won several awards, including the Best Actor Award at Cannes and the Best Actor Award at the European Film Awards. He was also nominated for several other top awards. Banderas started his career as an actor in the 1980s with a series of films directed by Pedro Almodovar, and then went on to star in films like Philadelphia in 1993 and The Mask of Zorro in 1998. He also voiced Puss in Boots in the Shrek movie and was featured in the Spy Kids film franchise. Banderas made his Broadway debut in 2003 as Guido Contini in 9, for which he received a Tony Award nomination and a Drama Desk Award. For his appearances in the television movie starring Pancho Villa as himself in 2004, and the second season of Genius in the year 2018, he got Primetime Emmy Award nominations. His depiction of Pablo Picasso in the latter gained critical acclaim. He was born in Malaga on August 11, 1960, to José Dominguez Prieto, a Spanish defense police officer, and Ana Bandera Gallego, a professor. Francisco, his younger brother, is his only sibling. He aspired to be a professional footballer as a kid, but a fractured foot disabled him at the age of 15. Do let me know your thoughts regarding all of this in the comments down below, and I'll be catching you guys later in another video. Bye now!